Hi, welcome to mediatorpodcast.com, a podcast and video series about mediation, negotiation, and collaboration. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I'm a valuation expert and mediator in St. Louis, Missouri, specializing in divorce and partner disputes. Today, we will discuss issues around mediation and settlement negotiations, including dealing with emotional stress, with another mediator and negotiation coach, Alice Shikina. She's based in California and has a very unique background with over 20 years of theater experience that she brings to her mediation practice. She's an improviser and excellent people reader. Welcome, Alice. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me, Melissa. I'm really excited to be here. So they play a huge role, and I do work with a law firm where we actually are prepping them from early on in the litigation to be ready for settlement because of the fact that if you don't do the client control and you let their emotions get the best of them and you allow them to believe that the litigation can continue based on how they are feeling emotionally, you as an attorney might end up in a bad spot where your clients are asking for way more than you think is feasible in a case, but you can't get them like under control because you didn't start, getting them under control early on, right? So like pretty much as soon as you start building that relationship with your clients or in mediation, you want to get them to a place of their emotions are calm, or at least you can tell them early on, like, by the way, like this is sort of what you need to expect. So if you do it early on, the emotions, what you need to do is give them what they need to expect so that you can control their emotions from early on. Once they're in a mediation, I really try to make sure that the room is very cool, like cool in terms of emotional temperature. And I let them know this room, this joint session is a place where I want everyone to feel like they're calm, they feel like they can think through things. And I let them know, here are the times that we need to go into a caucus or a separate session. I let them know when we get to an impasse, I'm going to ask you to please split up. And also, I may not be able to tell that you are feeling any strong emotions, upset, angry, frustrated, all of these things, because you have a very good poker face. You might be looking like really calm, really professional, but they might be like spinning out in their minds. I said, if you start to feel any of these things, or if you start to feel your heart is racing, it's getting difficult to breathe. So I give them a lot of physical signs to think about as well as emotional signs to think about. I said, you just need to say, Alice, I need to speak with you privately. So that's like our safe term, right?
Yes,
That's what they call it, right? And so they will use that. And I think that they're very appreciative that they have that tool. And we go in, and frequently they'll go into another room and just break down crying because they were holding on to it, trying not to show that to the other side. And once they break down crying, that's step one. Step two, they let me know everything about what's going on with their thoughts, their feelings, why they're frustrated, everything. And then once we do that, their temperature starts to come down, down, down. We talk a little bit. I go over like, well, maybe you can negotiate this or you can negotiate that. Once we get there, eventually they're like, okay, I'm ready to go back together and have a joint session. So I'm constantly monitoring the emotional heat in the room. And I do not let people like go all crazy. Like some people tell me, some mediators say, oh my goodness, like they were yelling at each other. I don't let it get there. The only time it gets there is if they go from 0 to 100. But if they go there, then I'm like, okay, stop. You have to stop right now. Like you can't do this. So I do not have like highly charged and emotional mediations, not because those people don't show up, but because I stop them. I let them know before you get there, we need to go into a caucus.